Hey everybody, Sanava here, and I just want to take a few minutes to talk about the build so far and where I'm at on the end of the weekend here. So when I started out leveling on day one, we pathed over from the shadow side of the tree and came down this way and picked up some nodes down here and then grabbed Resolute Technique as planned. But by day two, as I had gone into crit conversion, so I dropped this bottom part of the tree and picked up like crit nodes here and here, up here as well as over here. Because we don't have a cluster jewel set up yet for endurance charge and fortification generation, we're still using Inexorable for endurance charge generation here. And then I do have the Eldritch Implicit melee hits fortify on my chest. Looking at the gear, the first things I bought was a Stampede for about 8 Chaos and a Tumult gem for like 1C because nobody's using this. And then I was able to get a Lion's Roar for a couple Chaos too. My first real investment was this 6-link chest. I got this for 6 Divine and was using this for my Cyclone setup. And then I spent a couple Divine making this mace yesterday, which is pretty decent. It's like 700 Fizz DPS, but my plan over the next 3 to 5 days is to craft a much better two-hander. Right now we can do like up to T16 no issue, but to be able to get to T17s, we're going to need a much better weapon than this. I was using Herm's Sorrow while leveling for the Fizz to Cold conversion to make use of Stormy Seas, but by day 2, when I went into crit, actually no, it was yesterday when I crafted the two-hander, I made these gloves, and these have the 45% Fizz to lightning on them, and then I have the enchant from the settlers area for 27 Fizz to lightning on the two-hander. So we have like 70% Fizz conversion right now. When we make our better weapon in a couple days, we'll put the better enchant on here that has like the 40 to 50% of Fizz damage converted to all LE types. So that'll be a huge upgrade on the build. For the rest of the gear, we're just using like life and resistances on our rings and helm, and on the amulet we're stacking some stats. And that's about it. We're also running a silver flask and a diamond flask since we're crit right now. And then on jewels, I'm basically going for life, crit multi, and resistances as needed. Yeah. So I'm going to show you a map real quick. I've been running Ritual and what's the other mechanic? Expedition, as well as I was doing a heist on day 1 too for some easy currency. So this is the map we're going to run real quick. I don't have any more T16, so I just have this one. I'm basically going to just beeline it for the boss and skip all the mechanics so you guys can just kind of see what the build feels and looks like. So when we come in, we pop Blood Rage, and we just get going. Now this is a Cyclone of Tumult Stampede build, so understand that like it's not going to be the quickest, zoomiest build in the world. If that's not your flavor, then you're better off just running like a regular Cyclone build with without like Stampede. You want to be able to scale movement speed really high, but I like Cyclone of Tumult, and the way to solve the downside of that gem is to use the Stampede boots, which kind of like cap your movement speed. Now, one of the only annoying things about the build at the moment is we don't really have stun immunity. I could pick up Unwavering Stance, but we lose evasion, and evasion is kind of like one of our main defensive mechanics at the moment, so I really don't want to lose evasion on the build if I can help it. So I think like long term, the way that I'm going to deal with this is a kind of an unfortunate area to have these mobs because we don't really get a good use of Frozen Legion there. The way I'm going to deal with stun immunity is more than likely crafting a chest like I did in the main 3.25 league that has reduced mana cost and stun immunity for the socketed skill, and that's probably how I'm going to deal with it. Like I said, I'm just skipping all the league stuff so we can get to the boss. But yeah, as you can see, I do get stunned occasionally. It doesn't like kill me, but it is annoying, and that is like the one thing I want to kind of fix on the build. I have a decision to make, though. I can make a much better two-hander that's just going to significantly increase our damage, or I could try to make the chest. And I feel like, for me right now, I'd rather have the better weapon so that I can get into T17s. And then work on the chest. And I'm also going to need my Overlord cluster set up for fortification to be able to drop having an Eldritch Implicit chest with that on there. And this should be boss coming up here. We're just going to kind of spin through and kill everything. Kind of try to find the boss in the madness, I guess. It's over here, it looks like. And yeah, that's pretty much the build. So basically, the plan over the next couple days is we're going to craft a much better two-hander. That's going to push our damage to be able to do T17s. I also need to craft a chest, I'm thinking, with the mana cost reduction for socketed gems as well as the stun immunity. And then on top of that, we will try to get a cluster jewel setup going with Overlord and a small cluster jewel setup for the Enduring Composure so that we have our fortification and endurance charge stacking. So that's kind of where I see the build going in the next several days. That's what I'll be working on farming currency for. But yeah, so far it's been a blast. I'm having a lot of fun. It's worked out really well on Surfcaster, and looking forward to posting a new video in several days showcasing hopefully some T17 action, some better crafted items, and just seeing how far I can push the build. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later.